What's going on, my guys and gals and my non-binary pals? It's your boy Kamon. Today we guys another version of Raidraptors. Playing a little bit, change the sleeves around, change around the ratios, and I think this build's actually pretty good. I'm still on the fence with certain cards in the main / over the side deck, but that's more personal preference in my opinion. I think no matter what, the main build that I have now is actually very solid, and it can compete on a local / regional level and even a YCS level, honestly. Anyways, we're playing Raidraptors today, bro. Yeah, let's get right into it. So I'm gonna show you guys main extra side. I'm showing you guys everything because, again, I do want to try to get your opinions on certain things. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of builds pop up about certain ratios, and I decided to like kind of follow that formula. So like, because we do follow that formula, we do change things around of how we do play this deck or / how we interact with this deck also. So like, all that stuff does kind of come into fruition. Is that the word? Yeah, sure. Anyways, monsters, obviously the best one is 3 Tribulanius. This isn't the best one anymore. This is the second best one, but this is your best starter. Number one starter you want to see at all time, and your 1-card full combo into everything. Yeah, and this is the SP killer. You know what I mean? You kill SP and then you win. You know, from there. But yeah, 3 of these. Next best card, obviously, I bumped the Raiders wing from 1 to 3 because through testing, it's better to open up with this plus 1 more extender, and then you don't got to worry about Imperm, Valor, Ghost Mourner, all that stuff. So yeah, definitely playing this card at 3 is definitely a given and definitely a must in here. Again, before I was playing it at 1 because my thought process was, yo, I can always get this card if I really need it. I'm not too stretched for it, but now that I've been playing it a lot more, I'm like, yo, definitely 3 of us definitely a way, because seeing this plus like Bloom Vulture and or any other extender with this, that's full combo that can protect you from nib and targeting effects. So that's about it. And then you can save your like crossouts for other things if you really need it. But yeah, I like these at there, and then obviously, as you can see here, 3 Bloom Vulture, because one of the best extenders in the entire deck. This card is so stupid. Like, good card, bro. Like, not stupid as in bad, but stupid as in like it's crazy good. You know what I mean? So yeah, one of those. And then for more extenders, we are still rocking 3 Fuzzy, and then we are rocking 3 Strangle. So everything in here right now is just extender city besides Raider. Well, Raider's Wing actually does extend itself, but yeah, like these right here, 3, 6, 9, 12, these 15, you'll never really change this risk ratio whatsoever unless we get randomly new support. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is just, I think this is definitely the standard ratio for Raidraptor tings here. You know what I mean? That is it for the 3-ofs, can't complain. Now for the 1-ofs, we are rocking the 1 Painlaniest. It does come up. The 1 Heal Eagle, the 1 Mimicry, and then the 1 Noir. I decided to cut down on Mimicry and Noir down to 1 each because you'll only ever resolve their effects once each regardless, or once per turn either way. And again, even if you do draw one of these, you're still in luck because, again, you have all of these extenders. Like, let's say I draw Mimicry, right? I could go, okay, Bloom Vulture, summon out some Mimicry, we're good to go from there. You know what I mean? Even if I draw this, I could still use this effect to search out Painlanius, summon out, you know, make a Force Tricks. Like, even drawing these cards are not bad, but I decided to play them at 1 because, like, I feel like that's definitely the better ratio to play these cards at 1 each. I don't think 2 is needed anymore because, again, these are cards you don't really want to open up with, but if you do open up with them, it's not the end of the like world at all. Especially Noir. Noir is actually a 1-card Force Tricks, believe it or not. So, but yeah, it does play into like draw a lot more. But it's like you can't avoid everything. You can avoid most things in this deck, but not like every little thing. But yeah, just I think these at 1 each are definitely correct. Do not play singing. Singing is very bad. We don't like singing anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, that's it for those. And then Honorary Raidraptor monsters is obviously 3. Samorg, just this card's nuts, bro. Again, more extenders. So yeah, like you have 18 extenders. 18 extenders. Insane, bro. Insane. So, and like you only need a combination of 2 monsters or just this card and or Foolish Burial. And then that's still full combo no matter what. So that is it for the main deck monsters. Now for the hand traps. Playing a lot of hand traps. So we are playing 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Effect Veiler, and then 3 Imperm for running off the hand traps. I'm not playing Droll anymore, and I'm not main decking Nib. I don't like main decking Droll or Nib. And honestly, between you and me, I feel like Droll is kind of falling off a little bit. You know what I mean? It's good against certain matchups, or sorry, it excels in certain matchups. But if you're fighting against Fire, they're usually going to go draw phase, activate wanted. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like Droll isn't as impactful. That's not me saying Droll is a bad card by any means whatsoever. But like, I just feel like I'd rather have these cards here that can do that could do a lot more, because like Horus is running around everywhere, so like a good Ash on the M-City is too powerful, you know what I mean? Veiler's good because it's not once per turn, same thing with Imperm, but there are times where I do wish I did have a Ghost Mourner and Veiler, because again, you want to do stuff during their standby phase and draw phase, etc. But not that serious. These cards alone are very good versus Snake Eye. And the best part about these cards, for this deck, you want to go first with it, but if you do lose dice roll like I do all the time, the king of that, going second, having these cards in here is still really, 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 really good. You know what I mean? And they're also like targets for the next card, which is the 3 Crossout Designator. So I'm in debate if I do want to main this or not, because if you don't main this, definitely side this, but I think this card should actually be played in this format. It's really, really good. If I don't main this, I'm definitely going to put in Ghost Mourner. You know what I mean? I think that card's sick. Or Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre is freaking sick too, bro. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like this card is really, really good, fantastic. But the fact that we're running 3 Raiders Wing now, I feel like this kind of negates this, but at the same time, this opens up doors so you can still, you know, hit that Ash Blossom, you know what I mean, instead, because, you know, besides Imperm, Ash Blossom is a good card to stop our Brave Strix, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think this card is still worth playing in here, in my opinion. But if you don't want to main it, that's fine, because going second, this card doesn't really do too much for you, if that makes sense, because you do want to open up with like more of your hand traps to kind of stop your opponent and then play. So yeah, I mean, overall this card is really good in general, so I'm still going to play it in either main and or side one way or another, but I'm just in a very heavy debate if I do want to try to either main it and or side it. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, like if you think like, yeah, you should totally main this card and or side it, but the card's not bad at all. So yeah, just 3 Crossout Designators, and yeah, more 1-ups. Then obviously the 1 Call by the Grave. So we have 4 targets, you know what I mean? Just a good card overall to have, so yeah. Other cards is the 1 Foolish Burial. It's an honorary Raidraptor card because you can send Mimicry and or Fuzzy, and then Fuzzy will search. The same thing with Mimicry. So this is also a 1-card starter too, so that's why we do play it still. But some builds don't even play this anymore, which I understand why, but I think it's too good to not play, because there are certain times where I'm just like, damn, bro, I open up nothing but spell and trap cards, but no monsters. But then I see this, I'm just like, okay, it's not full combo, but it's good enough combo to where I don't die. You know what I mean? So Foolish Burial's still good for that. Now for the spells, obviously, 1 Rank Up, other Rank Up, and then the 1 Roost, and then last card is obviously the 1 Glorious Sprite, because yeah, these are all searchable, summonable, gettable. Yeah, 1 each. Roost is actually broken. I was almost gonna play Nest, but I'm like, you don't need Nest, bro. Nest, I love Nest, but it outlived its usefulness over the years. Roost is just way, way, way better in my opinion. That is it for the main deck. That's a solid 40 cards. 40 cards completely. It's been a lot of trial and error for this deck for me, but I finally found a build that I do like. But again, I am on the fence a little bit for the crossouts. I'll see how I'm feeling, because maybe 15 hand traps might be the wave over, or whatever, how many I'm playing, you know what I mean, over 12, so, or, no, I'm playing 9, actually, yeah, 3, 6, 9, yeah, I'm playing 9, so, maybe, 12 is the wave over just 9, because we are in a very heavy hand trap format, so a lot of stuff can help with that. But anyways, extra deck is pretty cool. Yeah, so for the links, we are only rocking 2 Y-Strix. I did actually take out SP because, again, it does kind of conflict with Fuzzy. I do like SP, but it's like there's never really a real world of where you will go into SP in this deck besides grinding. And then, like, half the time, if you're going into SP, you're already winning anyways. You know what I mean? And again, big towers, your opponent cannot get rid of their stuff. You can't, they can't do much about it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just 2 Y-Strix is just fine for those. 2 4-Strix. I think these 2 and 2 is just fine for my opinion. I go through both every single game. I don't think you need 3 and 3 because I am making room for other cards in the extra deck. So, but yeah, just 2 and 2 is just fine for me. New card we are actually rocking is the 1 Nightmare. Nightmare is actually very broken versus a lot of decks, my opinion, especially against Snake Eye and whatnot. They go, like, they could do a lot of stuff if you just Book of Moon their stuff. What do they do? You know what I mean? It's not once per turn. And the best part about this card, if you make this while it has wing under it, bro, it can't even be freaking targeted, bro. So good. So good. So yeah, 1 Nightmare. I'm still actually rocking the 1 Raiders Knight because, again, you only go into this once anyways. You know what I mean? I get the whole you gotta play 2 because, you know, if this gets stopped. But keep in mind, we are main decking 3 Raiders Wing, and we are main decking 3 Crossouts. So this will eventually go off no matter what. You know what I mean? So I think 1 is just fine. And again, you can just recycle this if you really need to. So I don't think you need 2. I think 1 is just fine. If you want to run more than 1, that's fine. But, like, I have been seeing success with just 1. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. So yeah, just the 1 of those. As you guys can see in the thumbnail, if it is on the thumbnail, we are actually rocking the 1 Ice Beast Zafrani. This card is nuts, bro. I used to play this card back in the freaking day of Raidraptor, so I decided to play it again. Essentially, you just summon it out, and then you blanket your opponent's field, and again attack, and then you kind of OTK essentially off of that. But yeah, this card is just nuts. Definitely recommend trying it out. It just takes 2 Wing Beast monsters. The only thing that sucks about it is it is a water type, so there are times where you are locked into darks, which is well, I know the one that does lock you into darks is Strangle. You know what I mean? Does Blue Watch lock into the darks? I don't believe it does. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's mainly just, so only ones that will lock you are Fuzzy and Strangle, so kind of keep that in mind. Be very careful, obviously. But yeah, I just think this card is too nuts to not play. And it's like, there are times where I just summon this out, blanket my opponent's field, and then I keep playing from there. You know what I mean? I think this card is super sick for that. So yeah, that's it for that. And then for the 5s, the 1 Brave, and then Exceed, Stark Rebellion, Arc Rebellion, whatever, OTK Machine. I put it back in here because I was like, yo, why not, bro? Just play him. It's not a big deal. Theoretically, I never really go into him at all, essentially, but it's on some, like, just in case, you know what I mean? Because OTKing your opponent is still good. You can go into this anytime you really want to if you're not under Fuzzy, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? So yeah, just these 2 for the 1-ups. Still rocking the 1 Revolution Falcon. I think this card is super sick. Summoning this under your Skip Force is actually pretty good. And again, going for a OTK if you are locked into Raidraptor monsters is good in my opinion, obviously. And people do not expect this card to come out whatsoever. So I think the card is actually really sick in general. And on summon, you blow up a card or blow up a monster your opponent controls, burn them for half, and then you can trigger out your freaking Y-Strix. Use the effect, attack everything. You know what I mean? Your opponent has to deal with this card. You know what I mean? They can't just not deal with it. So 1 of those, the 1 Arsenal, and then the 1 Satellite. Arsenal is a must. Satellite, unfortunately, we do have to play it. We do not really go in Satellite too often unless we are under Droll, and then when we're under Droll, we can still play. That's why it's here, because Droll is still in the format, so yeah. Other than that, I don't think you'd really play it like that. I love this card, though. Don't get me wrong, I love this card. This card is sick. So, and you can summon this out with your with your spell card, too. And just good card overall to have, bro. You know what I mean? So, one of those. The one ulti and then the two Rising Rebellion. So you summon one on your turn, one on your opponent's turn, and then you win from them regardless. And then even if you can't summon these, summoning out Ulti Falcon versus certain players, aka Flu, they cannot out this. They literally cannot out this at all. So yeah, that's it for the extra deck. Let's go on to the side deck really quick. Side deck, I feel like can use a little bit of work, but this is just what I was been feeling a little bit lately. Again, side deck is personal preference and what's going on at your local and or regional. So it's like my side deck isn't always going to be like the end all be all. This is this, all right? Because I get comments saying, "Hey, what do I side for this and that?" It all depends on your area and or slash what you're fighting up against. Because for all I know, your local's gonna have a lot of Labyrinth and like Subterra. You know what I mean? So it all depends. But yeah, this is just a very standard-ish list. But 3 Ghost Spell, because again, Fire decks and Labyrinth, just voice. This card is good overall in general, so yeah, just 3 of these. And then 2 Nib, because Nib is good overall. And then in this format, and again, these are cross-out targets in the main deck and whatnot, so yeah. The thing is, everything in the side deck is a good cross-out target in the main deck too, so that's also why I'm kind of keeping consider, you know what I mean? So for those, we are rocking 3 Cosmic Cyclone. Again, this card's nuts, this format, so definitely play it if you can. You just banish stuff and then you win. Voice kind of loses, not loses, but like it's hard for them to actually kind of come back from that. So yeah, 3 of those, 2 Thrust, and again, everything else on the side left is just thrust targets from what I want to do slash cross out targets too. So yeah, just two thrusts, because I do like thrust on the side over the main. But we are rocking 2 Lightning Storm and then the 1 Duster plus the 1 Tactics, and then we are still rocking the 1 D Barrier. Now this is in here because of cross out. No one's really playing this card anymore, but I think this card is good. I think it's gonna make a comeback because of voice. You call Ritual. What do they do? You know what I mean? And against this deck is good because they call XYZ. I can't play, but they activate this card called XYZ, and then I just go cross out, get rid of this card in the freaking deck. We freaking win. Or if they use the card, I can just go thrust, set this card against Chimera. You know what I mean? I call Fusion. What do they do? You know what I mean? Like, it's just good overall, in my opinion, to have in the side deck for a lot of stuff. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy that. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe to the video. See you guys next time, man. Have an awesome one. Peace.